Welcome back to my vlog, y'all. This is the FullspeedRC toothpick frame. 120 bucks from pyrodrone.com. I don't have any flight footage. I broke it on the first crash, and other reviewers have talked about it. The little connector breaks off. Mine broke off in a nothing crash. Just hit a little twig, snapped off, and now the motor just twitches, so it's pretty useless. I can't seem to find any other 16x16 ESCs that just have little solder pads. If anybody knows an ESC with a solder pad that's 16x16 that'll fit in there, let me know, because I definitely don't want to use this ESC again. It's just gonna break. I could get a new one and try to epoxy the connectors, which seems kind of silly. Why not just get rid of the connectors? They're the weak part. But I can't even do that. I have to get a new little connector because I clipped it off. My initial impression of it was it looked very well made when you open the box. It's a nice little built quad, except for these little connectors. Super weak. And my VTX UFL connector popped off in the crash, or it was off before I started flying because I was having video issues. The VTX overheats really quick on 600 milliwatt, really quick. So you need to get up and fly right away. What else can I say about it? For the 20 seconds that I flew, it seemed pretty weak on 2S. I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna try 3S. Now I'm not even sure if I'm gonna bother. I don't want to dump a lot of money into it. I think a new ASC is 20 bucks. I don't know. Let me know what you think. What should I do with this quad? I like the idea of these little quads, but this reminds me of my little little 2S Hermit quad that I had. The motors would go bad, or the ESC would start twitching, and you'd have to rebuild the whole thing. Sucks. Alright, that's my review. Sorry, I tried to fix it. You see, I soldered it. I tried. And trying to solder these little wires is a bitch, but it wasn't that bad. That's a shame, because it's a beautiful little quad. Look at it. Yeah, it won't focus on it. Focus on the little quad. Oh, I'm too close. Having issues with this camera. It's a beautiful little quad. That's a shame. Like and subscribe, y'all. Hopefully I'll have some flight footage of the FullspeedRC toothpick in the future. We'll see. Alright, I'm out. Sorry, FullspeedRC. Send me a new ESC. One with some solder pads, and I'll do a proper review. Oh, disgusted. My determination paid off. I took the whole thing apart, and I reflowed the little tiny pinhole, motor hole tabs, whatever you want to call them, on the ESC, on the connector that broke, and I got it to spin. So I went back and dabbed a two-part epoxy on all the connectors that are still there and around the wires that I soldered. And here's some flight footage on 3S first, then 2S. Still think it's a nice looking little quad. Something else to watch out for is the UFL connector on the VTX. It'll come off. Baby! Dog's dreaming. The UFL connector on the VTX will pop off in a crash. It pushes in on this little dipole antenna, and just enough to pop that VTX UFL connector off, and then your video will go to shit real quick. Mine did it in the first crash, or it came without it connected, who knows. But you want to epoxy that too. I would definitely put epoxy on that. Let's see if I can get a close-up here of close up here of my shoddy epoxy work. Come on. Come on, Canon. Alright, I think I was just too close. Well, the Canon software really wants to focus on your face. It's good at doing that. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe I'll try to zoom in. Where I put epoxy on the connectors. I did it on the top, the bottom, on the sides, in between these two. And I think that's going to hold up pretty good. You might end up breaking the actual ESC board because now the connectors are not the weak link. I don't know. I added a little tape. Add a little tape to the arms that don't have the zip tie on them. Come on. Stop trying to focus on my face. And just to hold the wires, add a little extra weight. I think my weight of this without the battery is like 44 grams now. So it's still pretty light. Crashed it a couple times. Alright, let's check the flight footage. Check it out. Stop focusing on my face. Dang. Stop. Stupid camera. Okay, this flight is with this Race Day Quad 350 milliamp 3S battery. And right when I took off, it felt pretty good. Like a 5-inch would feel. And you can see it's flying pretty smooth on straightaways. Now right there, that it just did not have the momentum that I normally get with my 5-inch popping up through the tree there. Also doing a little flip over that dead tree limb. Not quite the momentum that the 5-inch carry. Still pretty nice though. I mean, for what it is, tiny little quad. Coming up here, I crashed it. I crashed it a couple of times and I didn't break anything. Some people have already broke the frames on this thing, which is kind of sad. It's a thin frame. It's 1.5 millimeters, I think, but it's so light. They're probably breaking them with the 3S, probably a 450 maybe, with these little, let's see if I can focus on the battery. There we go. With these little, we'll focus on it. There, I crashed it. With these little 3S 350s, it still only weighs, this thing won't focus right. It still only weighs 73 grams with this 3S battery, so it's still really lightweight. With the 2S, I'll get to the 2S in a second. Alright, I'm going to take off again and fly it again. Now, this battery was down to 20% when I got done flying. Now, I'm not sure if the milliamp hour is correct there. I kept upping it until I got the amps at when it's just sitting there down to like 2 amps or less, because it comes at set at 538 on the scale, and that was not right. I wouldn't even finish the battery and I'd be way over 700 milliamps used, and that's twice the capacity of this battery. It really looks like you're flying a 5-inch here. I've seen other videos, DVR video, using this quad with this camera, and theirs looks way better. My camera is it's very muddy looking, and the color's not that great. I'm so used to flying Micro Eagles and other CMOS cameras. I think this is a CCD. I noticed a little prop wash. I upped my, this comes with Betaflight 4.02. I upped my D to 30, I think. And I'm not really sure how Min D works, so I'll keep messing with it. Still, it flies really good for the tiny quad that it is. Not quite a 5-inch. I'm not going to lie, because it doesn't have the momentum, but it's not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, here's a little 2S 300 milliamp flight. And you could tell right away, it just looks so much lighter. It feels lighter in the air. It doesn't have the punch though. See, that looked the same to me. It felt the same, maybe even a little better. I don't know. These sag a lot quicker though. You'll see that I take this battery down to like 10%. Yeah, my DVR's screwing up. I dropped a frame there, I think. A lot of fun to fly though. Even if you have a much smaller yard than mine, this would be great. It's still pretty loud. I could hear it on 3S. On 2S, I don't think I ever heard it. On 3S, I could hear it when I went by myself. But I doubt my neighbors can hear it on this 2-acre lot that I got. With all the trees between me and them, they probably don't even hear it. They hear my dogs way more than this little quad. Yeah, just don't have the momentum of a 5-inch, but it's close. It's close. I think I crashed this one. I think I cartwheeled this one pretty good coming up, and then I couldn't find the thing. And here it is. Yeah, and I almost stepped on it. It was upside down in the leaves under the oak tree. I knew it was there somewhere, and the beeper doesn't seem to work. I was trying to use a D-shot beeper. That didn't work, so definitely don't want to fly this out of the yard. I won't be flying this in any of my normal spots that I fly 5-inch quads. No way. It's too great a chance of not finding it ever again. I flew my Atom, my little Rotor X Atom quad, that one of the first quads I built. I flew that out at one of the spots we fly, and it had no beeper on it. And I got lucky finding that after I crashed it. Lucky. I tripped over it. Dumb luck. See if I can fast forward this here. Alright. VTX is starting to overheat here. Same battery, same flight. I think I'm going to take off again. I was only getting a little over 2 minutes on this 2S battery. I'm flying it pretty fast. It's a big yard. You can see it cutting in and out. The thing overheats really quick. It's like a Tramp, Merchants RC Tramp. That thing on 600 milliwatt. It heat soaks so quick and starts cutting power, you gotta take right off. Probably flew this battery a little too long. But still, I mean, it was hot, but it wasn't nothing. No hotter than normal. It zips right along, man. And these props still look good. So I got two bags of the Pyrodrone blue and orange props coming. This will probably last me forever on this. I'll probably break the frame before I break all those props. Low battery, low battery. Yeah, I don't think I got it set up right for the milliamps. Does this ESC even have an actual current sensor? I don't know. And cut. Alright, where'd I do it? That's going to do it for my review on the FullspeedRC Toothpick. Bob Ruge's name. It's nice. When you take it out of the box, when you first see it, you're thinking, man, this is a nice looking little quad for the money. And so far I haven't broke it, but it is a really thin frame. If I do break this frame, I will probably transplant everything to a little deuce or an actual toothpick frame or whatever it'll fit on. And I love the canopy too, which is a shame. I don't know why why didn't you make it a true X? Get rid of these stupid extension wires and just make it a true X and make the canopy a little shorter. Move the camera up a little bit. God, that would be so much nicer. Not a big fan of the stretch. It flew fine. It didn't really feel like a stretch, like a 5-inch stretch feels. I don't like the way they feel because the roll is really twitchy. This didn't feel that way, but when you stretch it out like that, you're just making the frame more weak. It's more prone to breaking. Shorter arms would be better. Anyway, I like it. It's up to you if you want to spend 120 bucks on it, because the connectors are weak. They're going to break. I guarantee you will break these connectors. So add epoxy. That's something FullspeedRC could do from the factory. Put epoxy on them if that's the only board you can find that'll work. I tried looking around for a 3S ESC that was 16 by 16, and I couldn't freaking find anything. There's just not a whole lot out there. But yeah, nice little quad. I like it. I'll keep flying it. I got a bunch of little batteries, so I might as well. And that's another bonus about these little tiny quads. The batteries are cheap. I mean, compared to a 6S battery, it's dirt cheap. Hopefully they last a long time. We'll see. Like and subscribe, y'all. More reviews coming. Got still got to review the T-motor motors on my where is it? It's up on the wall. Still got to review the T-motor motors on my Johnny FPV frame. That's coming up, and these T-motor 5150 props. These props look legit, stiff. I like them. Later.